Imagine your brain trying to run a marathon after taking a gallon of TikTok, 40 minutes of Netflix scrolling, and 100 angry notifications. Before mile 1, you're already face planting. Your time is not just slipping through the cracks, it's being extracted, monetized, and repackaged to keep you obedient and overstimulated. And the worst part? They convinced you that this is what freedom looks like. In Stolen Focus, Johan Hari exposes the system by saying this: your attention didn't collapse, it was stolen. So if your brain can't finish a thought or want what it used to want, you're not tired, you're being drained. So how do we stop binging mental junk and fight back? We expose 5 traps disguised as freedom and flip them to take our time, our minds, and our lives back. I used to think the goal was no rules. Wake up when I want, work when I feel like it. That's freedom, right? But then I tried it and yeah, it felt great for a while. And then it hit me. That wasn't freedom. It was just no direction. And without direction, freedom stops feeling free. It feels empty. Maybe discipline is not the thing that boxes you in, but the thing that pulls you out of the box. It's weird to say, but maybe discipline isn't control at all. Maybe that is freedom. The quiet way you tell your future self, I got your back. So instead of rejecting discipline, we should reject the distraction economy's definition of freedom. It's how you protect the stuff you actually care about from everything trying to pull it apart. It's saying no to be pulled in 1,000 directions because everything around you is designed to distract you, to make you scroll, buy, binge. But every time you say no to that, you're taking your life back. And that's the kind of discipline worth committing to. So if having rules is not the problem, then maybe the problem is just everything else. Yes, everything else. A world designed to distract you with a single intent, to make money out of your mindlessness. How do you take your life back and avoid that trap? First, you have to earn your energy back. Because I don't think most people are unmotivated. They're just drained before they even start. I mean, how many tabs you have open right now? Not only in your device, but also in your mind. How many things are halfway done, halfway checked, halfway thought about? Like your mind is just leaking energy through the cracks of distraction. And this is the weird part. Leaks don't feel like leaks. They feel like nothing, like harmless little scrolls and side thoughts, but they pile up. So here's something you can try to stop leaking your energy. Close the tabs, all of them, literally and mentally. When you're done thinking about something, try to actually be done with it. Don't carry it to the next thing, to the next hour, or the next task. Just clear the cache. That might be the one small shift that will give you more energy than any productivity hack ever did. Discipline in this case is about protecting your bandwidth before it's gone, because if everything gets a piece of you, the stuff that matters won't get anything at all. So yeah, earn your energy back, not by doing more, but by leaking less. When you do that, something transformational happens. You break the loop. I believe most people feel stuck in life not because they're lazy, but because they think they are not. That's the loop. And people are just falling over and over for it, thinking it's their own idea to be there. So I started testing something to break the loop. When I catch myself doom scrolling, I open the camera app on my cell phone. Seeing my own reflection feels like getting caught. It's weird. It's like, oh, again, huh? But if the loop is not device related, you can use a catchphrase to break the loop. The one that works for me is this: I give results, never excuses. It shifts something, like I'm slamming the wrong door shut and cracking the right ones open. And you might say, Angelo, this is weird. Yes, exactly. We don't break the loop by being better. We break it by being weirder than the world expects. For example, when you do the things you told yourself you would, regardless of how you feel, you make the world glitch. It cracks because the loop only works if you follow the script. But if you go air quotes crazy, the loop can't handle you anymore. There is no prompt to tell you what to do. That's when you break the loop. That's when you're out. And when you're finally out, you see it from the outside. The patterns take shape. The loop wasn't running itself. It was being fed by something bigger. The lies we like to hear. So your next step, expose the lie. And what's the biggest one? So old, so baked in, it doesn't even sound like a lie anymore. It's this idea that you can buy your way into the life you want. That there is some proving system, some insider method, some fast lane to money and freedom. And all you have to do is hand over your credit card. There's a whole market around this. And the worst part for me on this is that this is never sold as desperation. It's sold as smart. We've all heard it. You don't have to work hard, just work smart. You can believe in the life of your dreams in 6 months. Why does this sound so compelling? Because they know exactly who they're talking to, people like us who actually care about doing something real with our lives. That's the hook. They're not selling to the lazy, they're selling to the hopeful, to the ones already carrying a dream big enough to be used against them. So how do you expose the lie? You stop outsourcing your agency to people who need you stuck to stay rich. Stop chasing fast, easy, and simple shortcuts and start building something they can't sell you because it's yours. That's what I call the handful, plentiful principle. The principle goes like this. 100% of people say they will do something because we're always doing that. But let's say only half of those people, 50%, start doing something. From there, 30% do it for 6 months. Only 1% does it for a year. But only a handful of people will do it for 5 years. Life rewards plentiful, that handful. So what is the handful plentiful principle saying? It's saying that not quitting is a skill, that in a long enough timeline, nothing is out of your reach. Time and effort can take you anywhere you want to go. No hacks, no secret formulas, no inside scoop needed. Every time you choose the real work over the shiny promise, you take their favorite weapon, your hope, and put it back where it belongs, with you. So now the question becomes, where do you go when there is no one left to follow? No one else to blame, no system pulling the strings, just you face to face with your own life. What do you do now? Now, you lead yourself. This is where a lot of people bail because you have to realize that freedom feels like standing on a wide open field with no paths, just space, too much of it. Confidence won't meet you there. Confidence comes later. It comes from knowing things, but you don't know the things that you don't do. You only understand them. To shift from understanding to knowing, you need practice. That practice needs to answer these 2 questions. What do you want to know? What is the feedback you get from the world for practicing that? The first question is an attempt to uncover your interest, and the second question is an attempt to uncover your proficiency. The combination of your interest and your proficiency is your passion. Interest is when you look inward and find something that gives you more energy than it takes. And proficiency is when you commit to developing that interest over time. Get better as you do and become known for that. So finding your passion is not an archaeological dig, it's an architectural build. You don't find your passion, you build it. It's a long, messy, hard, and transformative journey. And that journey from understanding to knowing is not a straight line. It's actually a curve with 4 stops. It's called the Dunning-Kruger Effect. It all starts in the place where we understand but don't know things. This first stop is called Peak of Mount Stupid. Lots of ideas, 0 miles logged. But when you define your interests and start working on your proficiency, you start climbing down that mount until you get to the next stop, the Valley of Despair. This is where all your assumptions are smashed by reality. Your plans fail and you feel you will never make it. The Valley of Despair is where egos go to die. But if you don't quit, you live long enough to become part of the handful plentiful, and that will move you up to the next stop, the slope of enlightenment. This is the stage you practice and perfect skills that actually give results. You move up, but you still need to build up competence that will sustain your success over time so you don't become another one-song singer. In the Dunning-Kruger Effect, this last stop is called Plateau of Sustainability. Here's where competence builds confidence, where you turn that open field of freedom into your personal yard. This is where you know things, and that's what it means to lead yourself. So the path to the life you want doesn't start with feeling free. It starts with doing the hard things we've seen here. Rejecting the distraction economy's definition of freedom, earning your energy back, breaking the loop, exposing the lie, and leading yourself. That's how we got here. And when you look at all those choices side by side, they speak something back to you. Rebel as a pattern for living a life that doesn't conform, but transforms, because a rebel refuses to keep playing the rules that never made sense to begin with. A rebel is done pretending that obedience is the same thing as order, because when you stop obeying what was never yours to follow, you don't just escape the loop, you break it from the inside out.